Always amazing to talk to our dear friend Dave Rubin in the free state of Florida in the United States. Lovely to see you, mate. Have you got Biden mania? He's going round again, and with all the energy of his presidency, it was done on video recorded at his house where he campaigned from the basement.
When I ran for president 4 years ago, I said we're in a battle for the soul of America, and we still are. This is not a time to be complacent. That's why I'm running for re-election.
Well, there was literally no chance they were just going to prop him up there to poorly read, some teleprompter piece on why he should be running again, where in usual cases he just kind of meanders around the thing and wanders around, shakes imaginary hands, doesn't know what he's saying, talks to Corn Pop, blames somebody else, tells somebody not to jump off a balcony. So, yes, they did a very, very highly produced video where if you're really paying attention to it, you only see him on camera speaking for about 2 seconds consecutively because they know they can't get him to do that without flubbing it, for any extended period of time. I would say, putting aside, all the things that are wrong with Biden, perhaps at the cognitive or mental, physical level at this point, keeping in mind that he would be 82 when he would be sworn in, which means he'd be walking out of his second presidency at 86, which is really crazy. And I'm not an ageist. I'm not at all. You can be living a very, very healthy, long, effective, good life well into your 80s and 90s, but I don't know that you should be the president of the United States. But it's more about his policies that have been horrible, related to crime and inflation, and of course COVID and mandates that, even though they're gone now, should not be forgotten, and everything else. So I'm not very excited for round 2. Can you tell?
Now, Jimmy Fallon tried to tell a joke to Roseanne about Trump, and he got handed his head. This is wonderful.
It couldn't be a bigger thing. But then also with the big hit comes people that aren't so happy as well. If you say that you're a supporter of Donald Trump or...
Oh, yeah, people are mad about that.
Yeah.
But, I don't give a...
Yeah. I mean, is that how you deal with it?
Everybody had to choose for themselves, according to their own conscience, who they thought was the lesser of two evils.
I got to tell you, Roseanne has been treated so poorly by the mainstream media in this country. Let's not forget, not only did she have basically the #1 sitcom for many years in the late 80s into early 90s, but then, after she sort of woke up politically and became far more politically incorrect, even though she was at the beginning, she got her show back. She got Roseanne back. It was the #1 comedy in America, #1 sitcom in America. She makes one silly joke on Twitter. They hang her up for being a racist and everything else, but she's still got it. And, Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel, Stephen Colbert, Carell I like. The rest of these guys, they just give the machine what it wants. It's just pandering drivel, and a good comic knows how to work that. And Roseanne is still a good comic.
How's Whoopi Goldberg going to take down Fox News?
This should be against the law. You should not be able to lie to the American knowingly. And, it's one thing if you made a mistake and you didn't know. But we heard for 5 or 6 years how, the media was lying, sackadoo. They were fake news. They were this. So how come? What do we do as Americans to say this is not okay?
You'd have to say the First Amendment.
Yeah.
I think the
First Amendment doesn't allow you to willingly lie.
That's their defense.
Can I just say one thing? I think Tucker Carlson is more destructive to American political discourse than Donald Trump, and I think he's more powerful.
I think they're all destructive because they lie willingly.
I don't think Whoopi Goldberg could take down anything but the buffet at Golden Corral at this point. I mean, man.
I was thinking it. You went there. God love you.
I don't know what is going on that show. I really don't. It is so crazy to watch that show and watch what were once, sane, decent people. If you asked anybody 10 years ago, anyone in America, if you said Whoopi Goldberg, people would go, I love Whoopi Goldberg. Everybody loved Whoopi Goldberg. You didn't know what her politics were particularly, but you knew she was funny as hell. She was a great actress. Then she goes on this View show, whatever it is. Now it's been almost a decade, if I'm not mistaken, she's been on there. It's been quite some time. And she has just completely exposed herself as someone who has no idea what they're talking about and who doesn't mind showing up to work every day in front of millions of people, proving that they don't know what they're talking about. I mean, that seems oddly depressing to me, but, I guess it pays all right.